right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the In My World podcast. Today we've got Ruben, who is an elite amateur boxer on the show. Very excited to learn a little bit more about your story, how you got into boxing, and a bit about your 3 mental health discoveries. To the people listening, I'm actually training for my first corporate bout in November, so I'm a bit of a fanboy today. So I'll be asking a few little side questions on the side. But yeah, Ruben, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into boxing.
Yeah, my name is Ruben, and I started boxing like 7 years ago. I started because of my dad. He kind of like got me into the sport.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with it. And here we are, we're kicking, still here.
So
last 7 years.
So have you ever been knocked out before?
Nah, the
guest told me they want to know.
I actually haven't been knocked out before.
Never knocked out?
Which is great. Nah, never.
Have you knocked anyone out?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, remember like on the Australian Championships, the first 15 seconds on the fight, I got knocked out. And that was it.
Right.
Yeah.
So did that feel like a bit of a letdown for you? Like all that training and you were there 15 seconds?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, what? It was quite weird though. I was like, what the hell?
So what would you call your style? Have you got an aggressive style, defensive style? How does that look for you?
He's not going to declare that now.
I feel like I'm very like, when it comes to boxing, like my dad told me well to be like nice and technical. And I'm quite fast because I'm quite light. So yeah, I'm like more like a technical fighter, to be honest.
Okay.
Not too like I'm aggressive when I need to be, but I reckon like more technical, more than just anything.
So tell me, like when you're fighting and you're with your opponent, what's it like after? Is it very much like this is what we do, this is a part of our sport, it's like business type thing, or is it like even aggressive outside?
To be honest, look, boxing is really hard. So like it's a one-man sport.
Yeah.
Like you have to have that kind of mentality. Like you're just there by your own. Like you have your whole team, but then you also have to like think you're there by yourself. So like when it comes to that, like I'm quite like easy with people as well. So
yeah.
I don't find it like too hard to approach them after the fight and tell you, like I'm actually good friends with like all of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
Keep them like.
So what part of boxing is? What part of it is mental and what part of it is physical?
Just all of it.
What would you call it, more mental or physical boxing?
It's more mental.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
So look, the only reason why I say it's more mental than physical is because you have to be strong physically but also mentally.
Yeah.
When it comes to step on the ring.
Mm.
Because a lot of like, I wouldn't say fear, but a lot of emotions go through your body.
Yeah.
You step in the ring.
Yeah.
So you have to be strong mentally. You have to be like well prepared. Like
so you got to slow yourself down.
Yep.
So you don't panic.
Yep. So you just gotta believe in yourself and believe what you have done towards the fight. You have done enough, and then you can go out there and do it.
Yeah, it's good.
So I've actually heard that when you get into a proper fight, when you're not just sparring, when you're in a proper fight, you don't actually remember what happened.
Nah.
You go into like a fight or flight mode, and it
kind
of turns into this cerebral experience.
That's actually true though. Like it just happens to me a lot, especially when you're fighting there and you're just like throwing punches and you're like, what the hell just happens? But once again, like everything happens within the training sessions, you know? So all the knowledge, just whatever is happening inside the ring is going to happen of what you have learned through just training. With your coaches and, you know.
It's very interesting, like the whole fight thing. There was a show on Netflix about a UK fighter, heavyweight fighter. Do you remember his name?
Tyson Fury.
Have you seen Tyson?
I have.
I loved it because I used to, when I was young as well, I used to box as well, and it's just so interesting seeing the modern side of boxing. It's very big, isn't it? It's like huge. Yeah.
One more thing. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Who do you think's going to win?
That's actually a good question. So how I see it, it's just all marketing. Like it's just all for money, to be honest. Like Jake Paul is good at making money, good at making business. So all he's doing there, he's just making money, to be honest. Like
but who's going to win?
There's nothing serious about that fight, to be honest. Like how I see it.
Show fight.
nothing.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a show fight.
Yeah.
Now who's gonna win? That's a good question. I reckon Paul is gonna win. Jake Paul is gonna win.
Okay.
So we should get into while we're here today, but it'll be and we'll sort of touch in and out of your boxing story because your self-discipline, I think, is going to be very interesting for our listeners today. So we're going to poke around in there. But your 3 mental health discoveries are, first one is trust yourself. Second one is the importance of honesty. And the third one is self-mastery. So tell me about this first one, trust yourself. What's that one?
But trusting yourself, you can do big things in life, right? So what I have learned through that is that as long as you kind of like believe in something and you trust it, like it's gonna happen, you can make it work. You know, don't just like if it doesn't happen now, as long as you keep working towards it, you can make it happen. As long as you keep working towards your goals, keep focusing, and like I was talking to you before, like you have to have a strong mindset, and strong belief, and just it's pretty much about it, just getting to know yourself more.
So was there a time potentially in the past, you said you've been boxing for 7 years now, was there a time when potentially you couldn't trust yourself or you didn't know where you were going? What did that look like in that space?
Yeah, 100%.
When you didn't have that direction?
So, well, it was quite hard, to be honest, but I'm lucky that I got my dad next to me. So he always he always got my back, especially with not trusting myself. He's a really strong man. Like he always gonna support me, like no matter what, especially with the sport, which he has been there for quite a long time, and he has experienced all type of boxes, just around the world. But
so you're saying your dad is like a mentor for you?
Yeah, my dad is more than my dad. My dad is just a mentor, my friend, and he's always been the guy that's been behind me.
So does he sort of, about trusting yourself, does he sort of keep you on the track when you start to go a bit sideways?
Yeah,
or
always.
Yeah, and what does that look like?
So for me, it was quite more like a mental thing. It wasn't like I was like I'm young, but I don't tend to go party.
So how old are you?
I'm 20.
20 years old.
Yeah. So it's not like me like, okay, I'm going to parties. I have that phase where like, I just want to party. I want to just have fun. Nah. Me, I grew up like kind of like differently. So like I have the mindset of just working type of stuff.
Focus.
So what was it like for you growing up? Where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Cuba.
Yeah.
And raised there as well.
Okay. And what was that like growing up in Cuba?
We don't have a lot, but we do. Right? Like family-wise, I had all my family there. Like my childhood was fun. Like everything about it was good. Like I said, I come from like a really poor background. I didn't have anything like sometimes no shoes, no water, no food, stuff like that. It's like just for everyone. It's not just me. Like everyone is equally.
It was your community.
It was my community, you know.
Yeah.
So like it was quite difficult, but everything was good. Like I had a good like lifestyle. Come from a really good family, so.
So you were saying before that now your family is such a strong part of your life, your whole community, very strong.
Yeah, 100%. Especially my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
But having him next to me, it just changed my life.
Yeah.
Oh, changed my life as well. Having my dad around me.
Thank you. Eh?
I think we're both probably a bit lucky in that we share that experience. I mean, me and my dad, we go spearfishing together. We've got this 20 Talk podcast together, and we get to pursue something meaningful as adults and as friends.
Yep.
When did your dad become your friend and not just your dad, or is that something you can relate to?
Yeah, 100%. So basically, when I got to meet him because I grew up with my mum back home, and he was traveling because he was an Olympic coach. So he was quite traveling quite a lot.
Boxing Olympic coach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was quite traveling a lot. And then my mum raised me.
Yeah.
And then he was living in Australia when I was born. So I got to meet him pretty much like after that, like on my early years when he came out to visit.
Yeah.
And when I was 5, you know. And then I got to get close to him when I settled in with him in Australia.
Yeah.
I was looking about only 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he's a good father. He's a good mentor. He's a good friend. If I need anything, I can always tell him about it. So it's good.
And has he got a good punch on him?
Huh?
Has he got a good punch on him?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Who do you reckon would win out of you and your dad?
I reckon him. I reckon him.
It's actually interesting, because unfortunately I was one of 8 kids and I didn't have a lot of time with my dad because he was always working.
Yeah.
And there was always some big drama in the house, so I didn't get time with my dad. So I reckon there'd be a lot of people who watch us now going, well, I haven't got a dad or I haven't got a mum or something like that, someone to keep them on the straight and narrow.
Loop, yeah.
I'd be very interested when we talk a little bit more about your story, because I know you're doing a lot of mentoring with young people and older people. So, but it'd be
really interesting to, I guess, learn a bit more about the mentoring role in boxing, because that's something I definitely have related to a lot as well. So coming into our second discovery, tell us about the importance of honesty and why you chose that as one of your second little nuggets.
So with honesty, it comes personal life as well.
Yeah.
It comes with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself and with other people as well. That's the main important thing in life. When I say honest, it's a big thing that I learned last year, especially when I had a partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just kind of things went going well.
Yeah.
And I also did bad things which I'm not proud of, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's just thing that happens when you're young.
Yeah.
And just when I say honesty, it comes with loyalty as well. So being loyal for your partner, being loyal with yourself, and just be honest with yourself. And whatever you happen in your life or whatever you're going through, just talk to someone and just be honest. No one is going to charge you, because we all living under the same rock. We all living in the same struggle. We all go over hard days, where we don't want to talk to no one. And we think everyone lives happily, but that's not true.
It's definitely not true, is it?
It's definitely not true. So I would definitely say, if you have a struggle, if you have anything to talk about to anyone, feel comfortable about something that happens in your life, just please tell someone that you close with, or just open yourself up. Not no one is gonna say anything bad about it. Just if we can help them, people
I think that's a really good perspective, is linking this idea of honesty with that we're all kind of going through the same experience. From my experience running open groups with guys, you can have some really tough looking blokes, probably a lot of guys you probably see in your boxing kind of situations. But once you have a stern conversation with them and actually go, what's really going on, mate? How are you actually going? Yep. They tend to just open up when they feel like they can trust you. So, is
100%.
Is that something you kind of, I guess, get to experience?
A lot.
Yeah.
Experience a lot. Yeah. A lot. There's some people they come to the gym and they're quite they don't want to talk to no one. They're quite quiet. But then when they start training, they start opening up a bit more with themselves. So it's good, because they feel a bit more comfortable, feel a bit more secure about them, because that's another thing. With the training session, it makes discipline, but also make you secure of who you are and what you know. That's one of the main things as well.
So you were saying the importance of honesty and linking this to mental health. Are you saying that in your younger age you made a few mistakes, and that lack of honesty actually affected somebody else's mental health? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that's interesting.
Yeah. Which, like I said again, I'm not proud of or anything, but I've learned from that. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that, because I think that's something, a lot of people wouldn't feel comfortable sharing. So no, I appreciate you talking about that.
And it's a new angle, isn't it? Because often we think about just us, what we're going through, but I don't often talk about the reality that we actually have the capacity to affect other people badly as well.
Yeah.
So-
And that sits hard with you. I know as a young guy in my 18, like sort of 17, 18, I made a few bad mistakes as well. And I know I hurt some people as well. And that was very difficult. So what do you do with that?
Yeah, what was that feeling like for you after you did
of
that?
knowing like you had someone?
Yeah.
It was really bad. Like for me, like I had nights that I couldn't sleep. I was just thinking about the same person, you know, like well, how can I do to make it better? But I guess you can't do anything, you know, like sometimes like you actually cannot. If you're trying to make it better, you're just gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to leave.
Just to own up to it and feel it and
just
experience
face it
and learn.
Face it.
Apologize.
Apologize. Yeah, that's a good one. Which I did.
Yeah.
But still, like it's not like it doesn't help. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to leave. And then, like,
That's so hard.
That's so hard.
This is a big thing for all of us at some level.
Yeah.
This when you're talking about this, it raised a lot of emotion for me. This feeling of, it's almost like this feeling of shame when you know you've done something wrong and you can't do anything about it, and it's this disgusting feeling, and you feel embarrassed and gross, and it's not a good feeling, is it?
Unfortunately, I had to learn, I would say, like the hard way of it. Kind of like made a mistake and I had to face it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't cool with it.
Yeah.
But it was already there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you just learn from it. Some people, they don't actually do nothing about it. I just learn from it. And I just promise myself not to do it again.
Yeah, that's good.
You know?
So Leighton, for you with this situation, how do you get through that? What you're not off the hook here as well.
That gross feeling.
Yeah. What do you do with that?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I actually, this is something, one of my coping mechanisms that I've not recently discovered over the last few years, is I'm actually have an avoidant personality, right? So to people who are listening, you can either be avoidant, which means you kind of run from problems, anxious, which means you're kind of anxious about things, or secure, which is you're pretty healthy with dealing with things. My typical way of dealing with things is actually to kind of, my automatic reaction is to run.
Yeah,
It's to go,
back
no,
away.
I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Give me space. End this relationship. I need to book a holiday, or I need to get away. And, you know, even in the last 6 months for me, having like a relationship kind of end and having some stuff going on with friends and stuff like that, this is something I'm really working on. And I've just noticed automatic reaction when these things happen is just, I got to get away. Yeah. And it's trying to like create a little bit of a lag between when I notice that and go, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm actually, this is not me. This is some weird avoidant attachment thing going on, and I actually need to confront this situation head on, like you said you did, and deal with it, because putting it in the fog
takes courage.
It takes a lot.
Yeah,
putting it in a little corner, it's still going to be there when you come back, you know?
Exactly, yeah. You're going to phase it.
That's a big fight in yourself. And I think for me as a 50-year-old man, my biggest opponent in my life has been me.
Yep, that's true.
And you have to fight against your tendencies to want to escape, or, you know, assert too much influence, or, you know, to manipulate. It's hard. It's hard to learn that.
It's hard to admit you're wrong.
Yep.
Even when we were watching, me and my dad were watching Married at First Sight. Was it First Sight last night? And they were there was a professional boxer on there, right? And he was a very avoidant personality type as well, just like myself. Yeah. And he was a professional boxer. And he got put into a relationship with this woman, and she was saying that when they have arguments, he would just hound her with questions, and he would constantly, he wouldn't take no for an answer. Yeah. He was using the competitive mindset from boxing
Yeah.
in his relationship, and he didn't want to admit in his relationship that he had done something wrong because he couldn't admit defeat. So
Yeah.
what they did in the show was help him understand that in a relationship, it's actually okay to like take a loss or to learn from something.
Yeah.
Because he took that competitive mindset from boxing and used it in his
Into,
relationship. Can you relate to that at all, or
Well, like, well, to be honest, like I wouldn't say like something like that, but it was quite like something a bit different for me. Like, I was quite young. It's my first time inside a relationship with someone as well. So it was my first time being together, lived together as well for quite a long time.
Right.
And then sometimes you just, but I wouldn't say the age, but it was my first time being with someone, like living together.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
big. That's
me,
big for a 20-year-old as well. That's a lot.
I was actually 18 there.
18.
Yeah. So for me, it was quite like, not hard, but at the same time, it was quite like boring as well.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
It just gets hard, you know, like especially been seeing the same person for a very long time and like it's just the same routine. And I'm the kind of guy that doesn't like to sit around. I like to move and make things happen, you know.
Yeah.
And then that kind of like just put myself in like a little bubble, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then I started making mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you're at 18, 20, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of new experiences, and you're not equipped to tackle life's challenges. Your brain doesn't even fully develop until you're 25. So
100%.
that kind of forward thinking still isn't even there yet. So
well, it's good though that you had that realization that you have the capacity to hurt someone.
Yep.
That's a
massive.
big thing at your age, and that's awesome, and that's encouraging. You said the third one was self-mastery. Tell us what do you mean by self-mastery?
Self-mastery is pretty much like self-discipline. So when it comes to discipline, you have to teach yourself how to be disciplined. And when I say this, it's like every single day you have to work towards a goal and towards a dream as well. Like,
what if you can't be bothered? What do you do?
Oh,
like, what do you do?
Oh, Ruben, I can't be bothered hitting the bag today. Oh, it's just too hard. What are you telling me?
Yeah. What are you
telling yourself?
Because you're a coach as well.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Oh, I can't be bothered.
So especially, so if you come like that towards me, right? First thing I would say to you, why is that? Why are you not putting some work in, or why are you feeling like you can't be bothered? You know? That was the first question I'll ask you. You know? So like now I'm asking you.
Oh, you want me to ask?
Why?
Because I've had a stressful day at work and my work is really hard.
Yeah, that's actually quite a normal one.
Yeah,
that's quite common. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd get that a lot.
Yeah, but now everyone has one of those days. But now you either sit down, do something about it. You know, you got two options. Either you sit down or you do something about it. Now what happens is when you sit down, you break your routine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you feel bad. You can have a day you break because sometimes you need it, you know. But if it's one of those days that you just tired and you can't really like do much about it, like it's fine. But if it's like a thing that happens quite a lot, often, it's because either lazy or you just don't want to put the work. But now, if it was me, I would say, look, we're gonna take it easy, right? We're gonna do the actual work. And I promise you will feel better afterwards. The after feeling will make you feel better.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
incredible feeling.
I will encourage you to go out there. Don't just sit down and just do it. Because the after feeling will make you feel better. Will make you feel alive.
Do you think that's, I guess, this discipline and this mastery, is that something you've always experienced? Have you always been the kind of person to wake up at 5 a.m. and punch a bag for 3 hours, or?
Not to be honest. I'm not even a morning person.
Right, okay.
Not even. I just hate it. Right? And I think everybody does.
That's so good. I love it.
No, I tell myself I do like it, which is not true.
Yeah.
I'm kind of lying to myself that I
You
like
should be
it.
a motivational speaker.
No, but that's so
It's
true.
true, it's true.
That is so true. That's good, man.
I'm pretty much playing with my own brain cells. Yeah, I'm telling myself that I like it, but I don't like it. I swear.
I don't even mean it's working.
I do the same when I go for a run because I tell you what, I've been running for 20 years and it's not getting any easier.
That's it.
And I just got to do it. And then after, I go, that's why I did it.
Yep.
It's just that 100% you just got to fight yourself again.
You have to fight yourself.
You have to fight
It's
yourself.
the same with boxing.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest
mental thing.
mistake I see is it's people not understanding that it takes about 30 days to 60 days to build a habit.
Yep.
It's those first 30
That's
to
the
60
hardest
days,
one.
it's the hardest
It's
bit.
the hardest
And
one.
once you get past that, it's so easy.
It just become a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle and it becomes fun. Whereas
I'm gonna tell you something now. Like,
Yeah.
there's some days that I don't train because I'm quite busy. Let's say that, and
Yeah.
I have like quite a few of those days, right? I'm always training, like twice a day, always. If I don't train for 2 days or 1 day, my body just go crazy. Why? Because I'm creating a habit for a long time that if I stop that, my body feels like there's something wrong.
okay.
It's just becoming like eating. If you 1 day you don't eat, your body feels like it's hungry. That's to me with training as well. Because I created a long habit.
Yeah, that's good.
And right now it's just part of my life.
So your body takes over. Sometimes your mind's willingness to stop because it wants the joy of whatever.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, we've actually only got a few minutes left, but I did want to speak quickly a little bit about mentoring in the boxing space. You know, having gone to a few boxing gyms myself and had a few mentors in the space, for me, it's been a really nice, healthy, masculine figure to teach me the importance of fitness, not for, I guess, violence and not for taking out anger, but as almost an art form.
Yeah.
What has your experience been teaching younger men the art of boxing? Because I can imagine a lot of young people probably come in quite angry and hoo-ha.
Yeah, different. Yeah. That was me before as well.
Yeah.
Like imagine growing up in a very poor country. People think different, you know. It's quite like a zoo. If you wanna call it like that, you know.
Yeah.
So I came from that, and I find myself when I started boxing. I was actually more calmer. I was actually I would say peace. Like I was a peace man, you know. Like I didn't do anything like by having that training, that focus, that discipline. That makes you calmer.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? And then definitely with the kids or the kids that they don't have a father figure to look after you or someone to look after you, I would definitely recommend them to trying to find a good boxing place or trying to find something they're passionate about. It could be music, could be sports, could be anything that makes them happy, and go there and do it.
Yeah,
because someone is always there to help you.
Yeah, it's good.
If you come up to me, I will help you as well. But if you don't like boxing, that's fine. I'm not telling you to do it.
Yeah, but just find something.
But just find something that you like and you enjoy. People are always there to help you.
And stick at it. Perfect.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but Ruben, thank you. You took us in a different direction and it was awesome. And I think we wish you all the best, mate. Thank you for coming in.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so
Cheers,
much, guys.
mate.
Thank you.